Well, a crucial hearing this afternoon in the trial for former Uvalde CISD officer Adrian Gonzales after a witness answered a question yesterday afternoon that put a pause in the case.
All right, so there's a lot to unpack here, and our very own Hernandez in Corpus Christi now to help us better understand exactly what's going on. So first of all, good morning, Erica. So let's take this step by step and let's talk about some of the statements that were made that nobody seemed to be aware of. What's the latest there?
Yeah, RJ, so this was all made by former Robb Elementary teacher, Stephanie Hale. She was a third grade teacher there. She was on the stand yesterday and she was asked about the moments that they started hearing gunfire outside of the school. She said as they were rushing to get students back in and herself back into the building that she was able to see the shooter, identify him, and what his location was. The problem with that answer, though, is that answer was something that nobody had heard before. She had been interviewed by Texas Rangers about 4 days after the incident, didn't mention it there, hadn't mentioned it to the DA's office in Uvalde County. So all of this is new information to everyone, including the defense, who were, hey, what's going on here? We need to know, which this obviously brings up what's called a Brady violation.
All right, Erica, speaking of that, if this is a Brady violation, what possibly happens next?
So there are several different outcomes that could possibly happen here today. Now, the judge could, what is called impeach a witness. This kind of just, goes against her, this will challenge her credibility. Then the defense, if that happens, could ask for a mistrial or a dismissal of charges. Now, if that is granted by the judge, the trial obviously then ends. Now, if it's not granted, the judge can withdraw that witness's testimony and tell the jury to disregard what she said, or have the trial, or just have the trial continue tomorrow morning as usual. So a lot of what is going to be decided today will be up to Judge Sid Harrell, so a big decision today could be made.
Okay, Ari, you kind of ran through a couple of different options here. So again, what is the defense saying about all of this, and what can folks expect later on today as you continue to cover this trial?
Yeah, I was able to speak a little bit to Nico LaHood this morning, who says they were surprised by this. They didn't expect it, kind of had to look at each other like, hey, did you hear that? Hey, did you hear that? Do you have notes for that? But obviously nobody did, not even the Uvalde County DA. When she was questioned about it outside of the president's jury to talk, she wasn't aware of any of that as well. So obviously surprised. They're going to come in today and argue their points, and then it'll be up to Judge Sid Harrell to make that decision. But said they will be ready for today's hearing, which takes place today at around 1:30. We will be live streaming it, so you can watch it on all of our digital platforms, which is KSAT.com, KSAT Plus, and KSAT's YouTube page. RJ, Stephanie.
All right, thank you, Erica, for that live report.